So before we start the video, I'd like to ask you guys to please consider subscribing to the channel and liking the video, as it helps the channel grow. So, let's get into it. Alright, it is done. Week 18 of the NFL season is coming to a close. And for the Chicago Bears, they take a heartbreaking loss against the Green Bay Packers on Sunday. In this video, for the last time, I'm going to give my recap on what I saw during the game, give my grades for offense, defense, special teams, and coaching. And without further ado, let's get into it. What's up, guys? KT here, back at it with another video. Today, we're doing the Bears. The Bears take an embarrassing 17-9 loss against the Green Bay Packers on Sunday in a game that was infuriating from start to finish. I'm not going to hold y'all for too much longer because I got a lot to say. Let's get straight into the most important part of the video. How did Justin Fields play on Sunday? I can't really give a grade for Justin Fields because they didn't let him do anything. He was 11 of 16. I repeat, 16 pass attempts for 148 yards passing, averaged 13 yards per throw, no touchdowns, no interceptions, and took 5 sacks with a 97.9 quarterback rating. I'll say this about Justin Fields. Justin Fields was put in a position that no quarterback can overcome. Drafted to a lame duck coach, gutted roster in his second year. They finally get talent around him, and now he has a lame duck offensive coordinator. There was a graphic on screen that says Justin Fields didn't throw a pass that was his first pass attempt since 5:15 Eastern time. That was a real graphic. I'm not lying. There's a screenshot of it. How do you expect to win anything when you're running the ball on second down? How are you expecting to evaluate the quarterback position when you're running the ball on second down? He only has 16 attempts passing. You're not throwing the ball downfield. You're not being aggressive. How are you supposed to evaluate Justin Fields like that? I mean, Justin Fields has had unrealistic expectations put on him since he entered the league back in 2021. Trevor Lawrence put up a stinker on Sunday. An absolute stinker. Completely knocked the Jaguars out of the playoffs. No venom whatsoever. Meanwhile, Justin Fields threw the ball 16 times. 16 times. And he's getting all the venom, all the hate from this fan base. I'll tell you what. I don't care what the Bears do at quarterback. But I'll tell you this, I think it's more beneficial to keep Justin Fields and build around him and get some more weapons, get another offensive coordinator. But I'll tell you this, if they draft another quarterback, and I mean this too, all the media, all these fans, all these trolls, if you take another quarterback, whether it be Caleb Williams, Drake May, Michael Penix, Jaden Daniels, whoever, they better come in and they better be 10 times better. No excuses, no patience, no waiting time. If CJ Stroud is the bar for rookie quarterbacks, then they better clear that. I'm talking about 4,000 yards passing, 32 touchdowns, under 15 interceptions, playoffs, and a divisional title. No exceptions, no compromise, because this city had no patience for Justin Fields from the minute he got drafted to this team. He had unrealistic expectations put on him. I don't want to hear nothing about Caleb Williams needs to learn. I don't want to hear nothing about Drake May needs to learn defense. You draft another quarterback, he better be 10 times better than the one you have now. Point blank, period. Moving on. Khalil Herbert in the rushing game struggled on Sunday. 12 attempts for 28 yards. It's hard to get any. I don't even blame the running backs. You're running the ball on second down with the same run plays, whether it's a toss or a pitch right up the middle. I don't even know how you can run a pitch up the middle. But they don't put these players in a position to succeed. Last week, we saw them run straight up the gut, I form, and it worked. Now you get against the Green Bay Packers. Now you want to do something different. Green Bay sniffed out that run game all day. You couldn't get the toss plays going. You keep running from shotgun. What are the running backs supposed to do when there's no holes? So the rushing game struggled. If the rushing game is struggling like that, the Bears have no offense. Let's move on to receiving. DJ Moore had 6 targets for only 4 receptions and had 64 yards. Nobody had a touchdown catch. Cole Kmet only had 3 receptions for 41 yards. I mean, this receiving corps has been decimated by injuries all year. Darnell Mooney has been terrible, but he was out with an injury for this week. His next best receiver, other than Cole Kmet, was Equanimeous St. Brown, and he caught 1 pass. Tell me the Bears don't need another receiver. It's hard, and I don't even blame them like that, because it's hard to get open in this scheme where you got all these guys who are young, still developing. The guys that really even shouldn't be in the positions that they're in, running these complex concepts, these complex routes that break off 20 yards down the field. How are you supposed, and then constantly running the ball on short yardage situations on second down, putting them in impossible third down situations. What are they supposed to do? If this team did not have DJ Moore on it, they would be terrible. Period. The offense was downright terrible. It's more the play calling than it was the players. Justin Fields got sacked 5 times. All of it was from the interior offensive line. They got blew up from the get-go. I don't know how you evaluate Justin Fields coming off this game, but I know one thing: if he's gone, then Matt Eberflus and Luke Getsy better be gone too. Overall, I'm going to give the offense an F-, as they were terrible. They couldn't get anything going, but that's more of the play calling's fault, in my opinion. But still, the players have to take accountability, especially with their execution as well. As for defense, they were equally as terrible. 1 sack on Jordan Love when I mentioned that they needed to get pressure on Jordan Love. 102 yards rushing for Aaron Jones when I mentioned that they needed to stop Aaron Jones. There was no tackling. They got a lucky turnover in which Tyreek Stevenson wasn't even looking for the ball. The soft coverage, the cover 2 coverage was getting picked apart. Jordan Love had 300 yards passing on 32 pass attempts. Tell me, and this is what irked me about the quarterback conversation. How do you expect your quarterback to put up match numbers when he's throwing for he averages less than 21 pass attempts per game? You look at the offense that the Packers are running. Simple. Get Aaron Jones involved early. Get a fullback back there. Run from single back. Right up the middle, right up the gut of that defense, and they couldn't stop him. They couldn't tackle him. Guys were running wide open all game for that passing game for Green Bay. They were simple with their play calling. Everybody knew what to do. They were coordinated. This defense for the Bears took a big step back from the previous weeks. I know Jalen Johnson was hurt. Terrell Smith was terrible. But at the end of the day, this defense, even though they gave up 17 points, it felt like they gave up 30 for the majority of the game. 1 sack, 1 turnover. After that, and a 12% pressure rate. That's not how you play defense in the NFL. That's not how you disrupt the quarterback. At the end of the day, I'm going to give the defense an F- as well. Terrible all-around performance. No tackling, no discipline. Instead of actually covering the receivers, guys were out there fighting. It just seemed like this defense didn't have it. So yeah, they're going to get an F as well. One bright spot was that Cairo Santos for special teams was our source of points. 9 points. He made all 3 of his field goals. Actually, he made one from 50, and he actually gets a bonus after this game, as he gets a $500,000 bonus from the Bears because he was 90% for his kicks on the year. And Velus Jones had a nice day on kick return, 113 yards for the young man. Let's give it up for him. He's much maligned here. He doesn't get a lot of patience with him either, but he had a good game with kick return. I'm going to give the special teams an A, as they were our only source of points for the entire day. And to Velus Jones' credit, he gave us excellent field position for most of the game. Special teams are going to get an A. The elephant in the room, this coaching staff is the worst coaching staff I've seen coach this Bears team. Not even joking. The conservative play calling, the cover 2 scheme on defense doesn't work, especially when you're playing against Green Bay. Justin Fields didn't throw a pass in the third quarter. And you mean to tell me Luke Getsy is a competent offensive coordinator? You mean to tell me another quarterback can come in here and run the same system? The constant runs on second down, the blown leads this season, the questionable personnel usage, all these things factor in on why the Bears are in the position they're in. That's what separates Green Bay from the Bears. Green Bay is going to the playoffs. Matt LaFleur is an excellent coach. He gets his guys ready to play for every single game. He holds his players accountable for when they mess up, but he also inspires his players. Matt Eberflus and Luke Getsy, they don't do that. They don't inspire their players. They don't even fight for their players, as Justin Fields gets hit late all the time, and you just see Matt Eberflus on the sideline just looking stupid. So overall, if this coaching staff is staying for another year, that is complete malpractice by the front office. They deserve to be fired. They got to fire these coaches, man. Getsy especially. He is probably the worst offense coordinator I have seen. Doesn't play to his players' strengths. The blown leads all season. This all factors in on why the Bears are in the situation they're in. That's why they're 7-10, and the Packers are going to the playoffs. So overall, I'm going to give the coaching an F minus, as this game just completely exposed them. And again, Matt LaFleur outcoached both Matt Eberflus and Luke Getsy all game. And on top of that, they didn't even put up more than 10 points against this Packers defense that gave up 30 to the Carolina Panthers. If that's not fireable, I don't know what is. But overall, this Bears season, this frustrating Bears season is over. Green Bay is going to the playoffs while we're sitting at home. We hold the number 1 overall pick. We have another top 10 pick, I think. I'll have to check again. There's a lot of decisions to be made with quarterback, with personnel, with coaching, with the front office. There's a lot of stuff that is going to go on for this offseason. I'll be trying to cover it all offseason with you guys. But I'm going to get up out of here. If you guys enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to the channel and liking the video, as it helps the channel grow. Hit that notification bell so you get notified every time I drop one of these Bears videos. As always, guys, follow me on social media, as it's definitely going to be a riot this offseason. And as always, guys, for the last time this season, bear down, and I'm out. Peace.